Welcome to Judging for the Win, Cranial Insertion Edition. I'm not Dave. My name is Justin Hubdenus, but you can call me Hovey. Dave's head-drons were out of alignment, which might have allowed me to sneak into his studio, kidnap him, and commandeer his show. But we can deal with that later. For now, this is my daily ruling. Amy has Kalitas, traitor of Ghet. Nick has Thalia, Heretic Cathar. If Amy murders Thalia, does Amy get a tapped or untapped zombie token? One would think the answer is untapped, since the zombie and Thalia are never on the battlefield at the same time. I really need a citation pulled up from the comprehensive rules to answer this one. Sadly, I don't have Dave's magical wavy hand powers. I know, Moko. Hey Moko, can you grab me CR 61412? You see, all of us writers at cranialinsertion.com share a secretary. That just happens to be a zombie monkey. Sorry, my bad, zombie chimpanzee. There we go. Thank you, Moko. So the relevant part of the rule here is to determine which replacement effect apply, check the characteristics of the permanent as it would exist on the battlefield, taking into account replacement effects that have already modified how it will enter the battlefield. So in plainer English, just before we put that zombie token in the battlefield, the game asks, if I put that zombie token in right now, what will it look like? In this pre-drop situation, there is still a Thalia, and so the zombie token is put into the battlefield tapped. Kind of crazy, huh? So, can we get an untapped zombie between Thalia and Kalitas? Well, if we change the scenario to say let's have Amy controls Kalitas, Nick controls 3 bear cubs, and the only card in any graveyard is Nick's Thalia, then Amy casts Living Death. Where do we end up? So to resolve Living Death, we follow the instructions in order. First, exile all creatures from all graveyards. Thalia is now all alone in exile. Second, all players sacrifice all creatures. Kalitas modifies this part of the spell by exiling the cubs and giving Amy 3 untapped zombie tokens. Lastly, we place Thalia on the battlefield under Nick's control. We now get untapped zombie tokens, but what's the difference between this and the last scenario? In the Living Death situation, Thalia isn't on the battlefield until after the zombies have already ETB'd. She needs to be there before them to cause them to be tapped. We could modify the Living Death situation by adding a Scathed Zombies into Amy's graveyard before casting Living Death. This would lead to Scathed Zombies and Thalia ETBing simultaneously. But alas, this means Thalia won't make the Scathed Zombies tapped. Simultaneous or after is too late. Thalia needs to be there before. That's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling. But until then, I hope... No, Moko, don't untie Dave. If he's free, I can't keep his channel. Don't give him the keys to Cranial Insertion Studios. Who knows what he would be able to do with such power?